Hit it, boys. Have you ever seen a boy with funny clothes? A girl with braces on her teeth or freckles on her nose? Some kids call them oddballs. Some kids call them weird.
Is it my imagination, or does Aunt Ruth have a beard?
God makes lots of people in all colors, shapes, and sizes. He loves them very much, and what we need to realize is that calling people names because they're different is wrong. Instead, we need to look on them in love and sing this song. I can be your friend. I can be your friend. Any day in any weather, we can be friends and play together. Yeah, we're all pretty different. Some are skinny, some are stout.
But the inside is the part that we're supposed to care about.
Aye, that's where we got feelings that are very much the same.
And so instead of weirdo, I think friend's a better name.
I can be your friend. La la la. I can be your friend. La la la. If your hair is red or yellow, we can have lunch.
I'll share my jello.
I can be your friend. La la la. I can be your friend. La la la. It's okay if we are different. We can still play 'cause I can be your friend.
So when I'm lying in my bed and the furniture starts creeping, I'll just laugh and say, hey, cut that out, and get back to my sleeping, 'cause I know that God's the biggest and he's watching all the while. So when I get scared, I'll think of him and close my eyes and smile.
God is bigger than the boogeyman. He's bigger than Godzilla or the monsters on TV. Oh, God is bigger than the boogeyman, and he's watching out for you and me.
So are you frightened?
No, not really.
Are you worried?
Not a bit. I know whatever's gonna happen, that God can handle it.
I'm sorry that I scared you when you saw me on TV.
Well, that's okay, 'cause now I know that God is taking care of me.
God is bigger than the boogeyman. He's bigger than Godzilla or the monsters on TV. Oh, God is bigger than the boogeyman, and he's watching out for you and me.
One more time.
God is bigger than the boogeyman. He's bigger than Godzilla or the monsters on TV. Oh, God is bigger than the boogeyman, and he's watching out for you and me. He's watching out for you and me. Watching.
All for you and me. Yeah.
Hello, Jean-Claude. It appears there's a problem in the sea. There's a little hole, and it's accumulating a lot of junk.
Oh,
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the sea.
See, I told you.
wahoo!
Yeah.
There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log. There's a log. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
But that's not all. We've only just begun.
There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a bump. There's a bump. There's a bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Oh, I love this song, Jean-Claude!
Wonderfully repetitive, Philippe.
There's a frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a frog. There's a frog. There's a frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Oh boy, this is crazy.
It's getting nuts, no?
There's a fly on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a fly on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a fly, there's a fly, there's a fly on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Okay, again.
Oh, here we go.
There's a wing on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a wing on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a wing, there's a wing, there's a wing on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea.
Oh, Jean-Claude, you are looking green.
But of course.
There's a flea on the wing, on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a flea on the wing, on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a flea, there's a flea, there's a flea on the wing, on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. There's a flea, there's a flea, there's a flea on the wing, on the fly, on the frog, on the bump, on the log, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea.
Thankfully, the flea is clean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, what we gonna do? The king likes Daniel more than me and you. Oh no, what we gonna do? We gotta get him out of here. Oh no, what we gonna do? The king likes Daniel more than me and you. Oh no, what we gonna do? We gotta get him out of here. We could throw him in the dungeon. We could let him rot in jail. We could drag him to the ocean. Have him eaten by a whale.
We could throw him in the tigers, let him float a while, then we'll all sit back and watch him eat a hungry crocodile. We could put him on a camel's back and send him off to Erie with a cowboy hat without a brim, a boot without a spur. Oh, we could give him jelly donuts, take him all away, or we could fill his ears with cheese balls and his nostrils with sorbet. We could use him as a footstool or a table to play Scrabble on, then tie him up and beat him up and throw him out of Babylon.
Or
Yeah? Oh. I like it. It's sneaky. And it just might
work.
We could use him as a footstool or a table to play Scrabble on, then tie him up and beat him up and throw him out of Babylon.
Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see, your brains are very small. To think walking will be knocking down our wall.
You silly little pickle. You silly little peas. You think that walking around will bring this city to its knees? The awesome powers of this wall we've clearly demonstrated. But out here in the hot, hot sun, perhaps you're dehydrated?
pity them, Philippe.
Mais oui, Jean-Claude, mais oui. Won't you join me in my irritating little song?
It would be an honor.
Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see, your brains are very small. To think walking, we'll be knocking down our wall. Keep walking, but you won't knock down our wall. Keep walking, but she isn't gonna fall. It's plain to see, your brains are very small. To think walking, we'll be knocking down our wall. It's plain to see. Your brains are very small to think walking. We'll be knocking down our wall.
You're not going to sing, are you? Couldn't you just play your harp and I'll throw things at you? Oh.
You're big, I'm little. My head only comes to your middle. But I say little guys can do big things too.
Yes, but Goliath, he's
big, but God's bigger. And when I think of him, that's when I figure. With his help, little guys can do big things too.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, I understand. Now, let's suppose that this is true. You still look rather weepy, but I know what we can do. Just step behind the curtain. It will only take a minute. There's a closet in the corner, and you'll like what I've got in it. You'll find my royal armor there. Now, Daddy, put it on. Yes, now you'll look much bigger when the battle lines are drawn. One more thing you'll need, I think. Pick up my royal sword. It's a big one and a beauty. The best we could afford. Once you've got it all together, I think you will agree. You're bound to do much better if you try to look like me. Oh, dear.
You know, I think maybe I should just be plain old me.
Oh, yes. Well, I suppose. But have you seen Goliath? Why, he's just.
He's big, but God's bigger. And when I think of him, that's when I figure.
With his help, little guys can do big things.
With his help, I know I can do big things.
With his help, little guys can do big things too. All right, if you're sure you know what you're getting into. Oh, dear.
There lived a man so long ago, his memories but faint. Was not admired, did not inspire, like president or saint. But people came from far and near with their afflicted pets for a special cure. They knew for sure wouldn't come from other vets. Whoa!
This is a song for your poor thick penguin. He's got a fever and his toes are blue. But if I sing to your poor thick penguin, he will feel better in a day or two. Yodeling, 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 yada 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 yoo.
He's gone a little loopy, in case you haven't heard. Here's a couple penicillin for your sickly Arctic Boyd.
No skeptic could explain just how, nor could one of three but the wondrous deeds that went on in that little alpine hut. Some would stand in silence while some just scratched their scalps for the curious ways of the yodeling veterinarian of the Alps. Whoa!
Good news on the penguin, Doc. He's up and kicking.
This is a song for your pregnant kitty. She's looking nauseous and a weak tattoo. But if I sing to your pregnant kitty, she will feel better in a day or two. Yodeling, 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 yada 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 doo.
Jump in your car, drive into the city, buy a jug of milk for your nauseated kitty.
The practice grew, their profits flew until one fateful day, when the nurse who did assist the doc asked for a raise in pay. The doctor pondered this a while, sat back and scratched his scalp, then said,
No way, Jose.
to the nurse of the yodeling veterinarian of the Alps. Whoa!
Good news on the kitty, Doc. She's feeling great. 6 kittens, named one after you.
chap Teddy. He looks uncomfy, think I'd be too. But if I think to your bear chap Teddy, he will feel better in a day or two. Yodelay, 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 oo. Yodelay, 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 oo. Yodelay, 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 oo. Yodelay, yabba dabba yabba doo.
Oh, yeah, that'll wake. He's good.
Yodelay, yodelay, oo. No, wait, this should work. Yodelay, yodelay, oo. Yodelay,
Now the moral of our story, it's the point we hope we've made. When you go a little loopy, better keep your nurse well paid.
yodelay, yodelay, oo. Yodelay, oo, oo, oo.
Whoa! Some would stand in silence while some just scratch their scalps for the curious ways of the yodeling veterinarian of the Alps.
All right, is everybody ready? Did I ever mention that I used to live in Buffalo? Oh, yeah, it's true. Me and my pet mule. Did I mention I had a mule? It goes something like this. I got a mule, her name is Sal.
15 years on the Erie Canal.
She's a good old woika and a good old pal.
15 years on the Erie Canal.
We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay.
And every inch
Of the way I know, from Albany to Buffalo.
Low Bridge, everybody down for its Low Bridge.
Where we're coming to a town.
You can always tell your neighbor, you can always tell your pal,
If you ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Oh yeah, it was quite a 15 years, let me tell you. We went through a lot of mule chow. We better get along on our way, old gal.
15 miles on the Erie Canal.
'Cause you bet your life I'd never part with Sal.
15 miles on the Erie Canal. Yeah, up there, mule, here comes a lock. We'll make Rome about 6 o'clock.
Oh,
One more trip and back we'll go. Right back home to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down for its Low Bridge.
You see, we're coming to a town.
You can always tell your neighbor,
You can always tell your pal if you ever navigated on the Erie Canal.
you can always tell your neighbor,
You can always tell your pal if you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. Nice job, Sal. You really know how to carry a tune. Better than pulling a barge, anyway. Erie Canal. Oh boy. Sal, you're on my foot.
Well, you could sing one of our songs.
Well, how's it go?
You know, I was hoping you'd ask. My mommy always told me to do what's right, to wash behind my ears and try to be polite. You see, she loves me so.
That's beautiful.
It's why she tells me what I need to know.
I got a lot of respect for that woman.
But sometimes when I'm playing with a buddy or two, they're doing things I know I'm not supposed to do.
Do you go along, even though the things they do are wrong?
I remember stand up,
Stand up.
for what you believe in, believe in, believe in. God
He's the one to back you up.
will stand with you.
When everybody tells you that you gotta be cool, remember what you learned in church and Sunday school.
check it out. The Bible tells us what it's all about.
Oh, you know that's right.
So if you have a question, go ask your dad. And he can tell you if a thing is good or bad. You'll make their day.
Uh-huh.
If you remember what your parents say.
What they say?
They told us
Stand up, stand up.
for what you believe in, believe in, believe in God.
He's the one to back you up.
We'll stand with you. Oh,
Stand up
for what you believe in, believe in, believe in God.
He's the one to back you up.
We'll stand with you.
He'll stand with you. Oh,
Hit it, boys. You can trust that God exists. Just open up your eyes. He did it all with no assist. Don't tell me you're surprised. He made the stars,
There's no doubt.
sun and moon,
Gotta shout.
the universe.
Inside out.
Do not doubt he's real, my friend, just because he can't be seen. Like the breeze blowing through the trees, he's working in a frame. Solar system's kinda big, but it fits inside his hand. He cares for you, and so it's true. You can trust the great I am.
Say what?
You can trust the great I am. So what'll it be, Gideon? What kind of a sign do you need before you'll trust God? Do you want time to go backwards, mountains to fall down, talking vegetables to tell Bible stories?
No, I'm thinking I'll lay out a small piece of lamb's wool on the ground. Then, tomorrow morning, if the wool is wet, but the ground around it is dry, I'll know God is in there.
Praise Him.
The world insists that God exists. He's everywhere you look. The rocks cry out, the heavens shout. It's saving in his book. He made the seas,
Yes, sir.
all the trees,
Oak and bird.
birds and bees.
We concur.
He helped your father Abraham and Isaac, Jacob too. Ooh, from Jericho to Bethlehem, and now he's helping you. He'll keep on helping those he calls, from Paul to Billy Graham. So step right up and join, because you can trust the great I am.
No lie.
Put your faith in the great I am.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
So, Gideon, now do you trust that God will do what he says he's gonna do?
Yes, absolutely. After just one more test.
The Midianites are attacking in just 2 more days!
That's why I'm only asking for one more test. This time, make the fleece dry, but everything around it be wet.
Praise Him.
People always want a test. Yeah, they always want a sign. It's good that God's got patience, man, 'cause you're sure testing mine. He made the sky,
And oceans blue.
the desert dry.
Those islands too.
You can't lie.
You know it's true.
I'm talking about the great I am.
He's talking about the great I am.
Don't you doubt.
Time to shout
Figure out.
what it's all about.
And a stew.
Here's what to do.
God's a friend through thick and thin.
You're safe in any boat he's in.
As sure as the hair on my chinny chin chin. Here's your telegram.
He's got the plan.
When you're in a gym.
Go see the man.
We're out of time.
It's all alright.
You can trust the great I am.
You bet.
Have faith in the great I am.
Big finish.
I'm talking about the great I am. I love it. Did I make my point?
It's time?
It's time?
Did he just say it's time?
We didn't have a lot of fun in the desert. We didn't have a lot of fun in the sand. We'll saddle up your cow and go behind us now.
Because we're going to the promised land.
For years I've eaten nothing but manna. A dish that is filling but bland.
But now we're on our way.
I'll have a cheese souffle.
Because we're going to the promised land. And in the promised land, it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great, oh, we can hardly wait. Cause we're going to the promised land.
The dining was loosey with Moses, but we'll be feasting with Josh in command.
I'd like a taco, please, and some panos and cheese.
Because we're going to the promised land. And in the promised land, it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great, oh, we can hardly wait. Cause we're going to the promised land. And in the promised land, it's gonna be so grand. We'll have our fill from the grill as much as we can stand. It'll be so great.
Put waffles on my plate.
Cause we're going to the promised land.
I hear it's flowing with milk and honey.
Sounds sticky.
Cause we're going to the promised land. Yeah, we're going to the promised land. Cause we're going to the promised land.